Good evening. This is 5 Minutes with David. I was asking Jesus earlier what he wanted me to speak about or share about. And the topic came up, allowing love. This has been a pretty deep week, looking at deep desires that have prevented me from really experiencing God's love in relationships. Desires came up, which baffled me. And I can look back now and see how even as a child with my mother and growing up through the years, I never really truly allowed myself to experience love in relationships. So, and I want to, I've always wanted to, I've always tried, but I always knew, my goal for being here at the devotional center, for this journey, my goal is to experience God's love and to just have my cup runneth over and just be the love that I am, but I'm blocking. And one of the desires Jesus showed me, going back to when I was a little kid, it shocks me, but he showed me how I had the desire for rage and hatred against my mother. Because we had 5 kids and I was in the middle and I just didn't feel like I received the attention everybody else did. So I carried that with me my whole life. And another desire was the desire for the experience that if I did allow love, emotional love in a relationship, I would be destroyed. And I'm just like, how could that be? But Jesus affirmed it. Just beliefs that the ego is holding on to. Desire for my relationship with my mighty companion here, Kay. He says, you have a desire for rage and hatred against her. And I'm like, how can this be? But he says, you can't see it. You've never seen it. And that's why it's so important, he's saying, to join with him. And to allow him, Kay talks about this all the time, he brings the laser pointer out. He says in the Course that self-guided miracles are misdirected. I have absolutely no idea, no clue what's going on below my level of awareness, so how could I ever know what to look at? And he's given me desires that are just like, I wouldn't say intimidating, but they're disturbing. Yeah, that's the word. So it's been really, really powerful. He's given me assignments now to start to unlock the mind, unlock this denial of love. And he says, you're not necessarily going to be comfortable with the assignments, and they're going to build one after the other. But if you truly want God's love, you have to step into it. And that's what I'm deciding to do. I'm not here for any other reason than to heal my mind and to feel God's love and to experience his love to no end, his infinite love. Kay's sharing all the time the experiences she's having with it, and it's just, it's amazing. And that's what I want. I don't want to feel grievances. I don't want to feel like I'm confined or restricted. I don't want to feel like I'm in jail. I want to feel and I want to know the love of God from the inside out. And I'm getting to that this isn't something that I can experience from intellectualizing the Course, reading it and understanding it and sharing it and discussing and talking about it and gaining more knowledge about it and then proselytizing and teaching it. It's the only way, well, the fastest way, I should say, for me anyhow, I can see, is to go within and to do the work that the ego doesn't want to do. And that's to look at desires, look at the pain and anguish, the twitches, the grievances, the upsets, whatever it may be, and say, okay, what's underneath this, Jesus? What desire? Because he says you're never upset for the reason you think. So what's the reason? Truth was lost by your desire for something else, something other than truth. What are the desires? And he's showing us all of them. And yeah, I feel it. I know it when I've released the desire, when I've healed that part of my mind. And it's done through collaboration with him and joining with mighties and the willingness to look and heal. And it's not always easy, but we have to stand into it. I have to stand into it. I have to stand into it, be willing to walk through the fire and see that there was no fire at all. It's just something that I made up. So, yeah, allowing love. Gracias.